The next question asks to go over specific passages that might get students to ask questions. The first passage I wanted to read is I close my eyes and pour my memories of Ty into my dance. His worried frown when I told him I still wanted to dance. His strong arms around me when I woke up from another bad dream. His promise when he gave me my ballet charm, I believe in you. When mom's sister came to visit for the holidays, she brought our cousin. 3-year-old Alex held on to Ty's hair when he carried her around on his shoulders and clung to his hand whenever he set her down. Peals of laughter lit up our house for the first time since Mom died. Dad stopped drinking for a whole day. I cling to those images, but they all turn dark. All that's left is Ty's smile. His smile when Dad threatened to break my legs once, and for all so I'd stopped dancing while Ty leaned against the doorpost without a protest. This passage could really get students questioning who is Ty, why did he resort to violence, and how could he have been prevented from this? Obviously, there's a lot of passages that describe Ty um, as a loving guy and as a guy that would have never done this. So that would get questioning students what led him to this and how could it have been prevented from the school. Obviously, it's nobody's fault, but like, what could we do to prevent school shootings? Um, and what is like the deeper cause, and like how could Tyler, for instance, how could he have been supported? How could other peers or teachers have known about what's happening to Tyler? Um, and yeah, so that is one of the passages. Another passage is kind of showing or getting like, I feel like students would ask questions on like um, that it's not always so clear as to who would do something like this, as it wasn't obvious that Tyler would have done something this terrible. The passage reads, in the shadows of the car, Jonah lies at an unnatural angle. Empty eyes stare at me. I stifle a scream. Chris's voice trembles when he says, Claire, I don't think anything happened to Tyler. I think Tyler is happening to us. So that like scary moment of realizing that Tyler was the shooter. Um, and I guess it would get students questioning how could they be there for their peers, and I don't know how, when they would need to like report something concerning to a teacher or the school, maybe being aware of like what they need to report to teachers, what is like concerning. Um, and questions like that. And the last passage was throughout the book, Autumn felt scared that other students would judge her, and what she feared that they would like they were scared of her also because that was her brother in the school. But it's also important, and it gets like students questioning like, are is the family really to blame? Do we need to like fear the families? And just kind of making sure that we don't put blame on certain family members, because Autumn, for instance, was going through a lot, and she was completely surprised that Tyler was capable of something like this. And um, yeah, but all in all, this book definitely addresses a very big societal issue, and definitely something that we need to get to the bottom of, especially as future educators. And this book really put a lot into perspective, um, and made me see how important it is to get to know my students and be there for them and provide them with necessary resources and report any issues that are concerning. Um, yeah, thank you for listening.